Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another video for you guys today. Today, I present the answer. In case you have been laddering in MTG Arena in the best of one ranked ladder, you have probably encountered countless mono red aggro decks, just people trying to try hard and get quick wins to rank up, and you are tired of that bullshit. So, Papa Mogwai has just a deck list for you. I'm going to showcase off a deck that I will be laddering in the very top end of mythic rank. I'm currently around 300 and something, and I will aim to climb down to the top 300, top 200 and such, as I'm pretty certain I will be encountering numerous mono red decks, as it's the most popular deck by far at the point of the ladder where I am. And this is the deck that I'm going to be piloting right here, Bant Rant, a Bant deck built around Prime Speaker Vannifar. This deck is not just only meant to counter mono red. It's actually a legit deck that can just beat any archetype out there, and it's quite promising for the best of three format as well. Like, this is just a very promising list as a whole. I did not design this myself. I was somebody in my chat gave me this deck list, and I tweaked it myself a little bit. But the core is pretty established, and I'm going to go over what the deck is about. It's really fun to play, and it does so good against aggro decks in general, and also like against other mid-range decks. It may struggle a little bit against control, especially if they have strong board wipes. I think Find Finality is the most powerful card against this sort of tactic, but regardless, this is pretty powerful. And it's basically built around the Prime Speaker Vannifar, a 4-mana legendary creature, which is an Elf Ooze Wizard. I was like looking at the dots there. An Elf Ooze Wizard that is quite the impactful card. A 2-power, 4-toughness creature with the following ability. You tap it and sacrifice another creature, and then you search the library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature's converted mana cost. Put that card into the battlefield, then shuffle your library. You can only activate this ability as if you were casting a sorcery. So it does not have instant speed. You can only do this during your main phase, basically when you would be able to cast a sorcery, right? So the idea of this deck is to have a very solid curve of units that get their proc when they, or their ability triggered when they entered the board, right? So, for example, we have obviously the Explorer package with Merfolk Branchwalker. We got Wallgrowth Walkers and J-Light Rangers, but then we have the Militia Buckler, which also, upon entry, searches for the top cards of, well, the top 4 cards in your library, and you can pick a creature with 2 attack or less from set cards and put it into your hand. As you can see, our entire lineup, the vast majority of our creatures have 2 attack. Even Prime Seeker Vannifar does. So Militia Buckler is extremely good in this particular lineup. We have the Knight of Autumn, which is incredibly good in this current metagame. I expect this card's usage to spike up tremendously in Standard, as it's just the perfect mana for it. People are either playing mono red or enchantment heavy decks. And, like, for example, mono red and Nexus of Fate. This deals well with both. Knight of Autumn is a 3-mana Dryad Knight creature with 2 power and 1 toughness that enables you to choose one of the 3 abilities upon entry. Either put 2+1+ counters on her, so she becomes a 4/3 for 3, which is already excellent. Or you can destroy a target artifact or enchantment or gain 4 life. So against mono red, we want to use this to gain 4 life naturally. Against Nexus of Fate and other decks, for example, white-based that utilize the likes of Conclave Tribunal or History of Benalia, we want to utilize her ability to destroy an enchantment. Even against mono red, you can destroy the Experimental Frenzy. Like, she is so flexible and so anti-meta right now that I just run 4 copies of her. Like, this is legit one of the best 3-drops in the game right now, and she's one of the reasons why this deck is so efficient. We also have Fun Police, as I like to call him, Deputy of Detention, a 3-mana 1/3, which exiles target non-land permanent an opponent controls, and all other non-land permanents that players control with the same name, as long as he remains on the board. So naturally, this guy is very vulnerable to removal. But in conjunction with Shalai, Voice of Plenty, which gives all of our creatures hexproof, it can become very difficult to remove Deputy of Detention, and it becomes a very reliable way to remove whatever we want from the board. So very useful there. As you can see, the way our curve works, we want to use Prime Speaker Vannifar to, for example, play a Merfolk Branchwalker, and then sacrifice it to search, for example, for a J-Light Ranger, a Deputy of Detention, or a Knight of Autumn. then either sacrifice that, like for example, a Knight of Autumn that entered the board and destroyed an enchantment. It's just a 2/1. We sacrifice it and we search for Shalai. Or if we need, we can search for card draw in the form of Riverwise Augur or Zagana, the Utopian Speaker. And following that, we sacrifice our 4-drop that enabled us very powerful card draw to search for our big boy finishers. We have 3 very powerful 5-drops. A lot of variants of this deck run the Ooze, but I prefer the Tendershoot Dryad personally. I think the Tendershoot Dryad is more impactful and just more menacing and overall quicker. And synergizes even better with Shalai. But we have Lyra Dawnbreaker and Trostani Discordant. These 3 5-drops are there as one-offs, and the vast majority of the time we're going to be fishing for them through the likes of the Prime Speaker Vannifar, sacrificing the likes of Riverwise, or in other scenarios, Zagana as well. We don't generally want to sacrifice Shalai, because Shalai is a very important component of this deck. She's very good against mono red as well, because she gives you hexproof, so she stops Settle the Wreckage, and she stops Risk Factor, and any sort of like burn spell being directed towards you. And that is the deck list right there. I kind of spoke a little bit quickly, but I wanted to cover everything and make sure that I didn't take forever. Very strong deck. Wallgrowth Walker is obviously very good against mono red as well. We have a bunch of different ways to not only heal us, but also provide us with hexproof. So this deck manages to curve out extremely well against aggro builds, like I said, but it also does well against other decks as well. And I'm going to be piloting this bad boy and showcasing off exactly how it's played in the top end of the Mythic ladder, and we'll see how we do. So without further ado, let's hop into some games, and let's stomp down on some mono red. Alright, I don't know about you, but I feel like hunting down some mono reds. We are currently number 339 on the ladder, and we are going to try to get to that, top spot, or close to it. As I'm going to keep this hand, I have all 3 different banned sources of mana available to me, and that seems to be in fact, a mono red deck. I should have let off with a Glacial Fortress. I already made a misplay. Go me! I thought this was like a hallowed ground for a second, and I done goofed. But maybe I can draw into something that will, make me not get punished. Or not. We are going to send that to the graveyard. We don't need Land of our Elves at this stage. We're going to drop the Merfolk Branchwalker, and we're going to try to block this Pyromancer right here. God damn it. It really sucks that I... man, it really sucks that I misplay like that, like, turn 1. Oh well, we can drop it now. We can play another one of these. At least we got somewhat saved there. Another misplay though. I should have played the Merfolk Branchwalker first, and then dropped the Glacial Fortress. I'm on fire today! Alright, so he's gonna trade there. May have to go face with a spell. We're down to 10, but now is when we start regrouping. We're gonna drop the we're gonna play the Deputy of Detention. No fun allowed. The Fun Police is here. We're gonna take away the Runaway Steam King. This is an excellent target for the Deputy of Detention, as we take away all these counters in the process. We're gonna drop a Shockland here, and next turn we're gonna plan to curve out into probably Trostani Discordant, just to bait out the last ounce of removal. I'm gonna take that hit. I'm gonna take that hit like a boss. We're so gonna take that hit, and we are going to. I mean, we just play Lyra here, because he has no cards in hand, and Lyra should be the win button for us. We can take another Risk Factor. There's no one card that Mono Red can go for. We'll take that hit. We'll go down to 2. We don't care. You're out of cards. It's over! Out of my face! Play a real deck! And we climb over to 271, so nice. Like I said, feeding on those mono reds, because, we got a bunch of new cards. We got a new expansion. We got all this cool stuff, but people just want to win. They want to play mono red, and they don't want to, like, turn their brains on or anything. So, yeah, let's just keep on playing and try to capitalize on that a little bit. We're in the top 300, so let's try to push a little bit deeper. If I see mono red, I'm happy, honestly. If I see control, it could be a little bit tougher. This deck is not as efficient against control. It can take it on quite efficiently if we are facing... Oh man, all of my lands are check lands, but I'm going to keep this hand because all I need to do is draw into... I should let up with the Sun Petal Grove there. God damn it, I'm misplaying after misplaying, because if I draw into a Land of Our Elves, I would have been able to drop it there. So it seems we're facing Selenia. We're going to drop the Wallgrowth Walker. And we're going to drop the Glacial Fortress as well. Really unfortunate that all of our lands are, like I said, check lands. But at least we're not getting particularly outpaced as of now, even though our opponent can play a 4-mana play here. And there's quite a few things he could go, like Shalai. He could be playing Shalai himself and drop it down here. Okay. More ramp. That's a bit spooky. Not even gonna lie. I should probably play a Merfolk Branchwalker here. There we have another land right there. No point in attacking, as he can easily block us with those 1/3s. Like until we get Wallgrowth Walker to 3 attack, we can't really bypass his Druids of the Cowl. And he could play a 5-mana play here now. But if he does... Alright, he doesn't. There's a Resplendent Angel. Man, he definitely wants to see that. I would like to, yeah, I gotta play another Merfolk Branchwalker here. I have to explore more. There we go. We can play this, on tap, we can take the hit. And we could... Okay, so we have several different plays here. We could go for the Deputy of Detention, though we would likely preserve that for something like the Resplendent Angel instead. Knight of Autumn is still very flexible, as it can destroy something like a Conclave Tribunal. So these two are true viable. We go with the Militia Bugler here, but I am inclined to attack with the Wallgrowth Walker. Though that would mean... No. I'm not inclined to attack. Never mind. That would mean I would just trade it with a J-Light Ranger. I don't think that's good. I'm gonna take a Militia Bugler here. Good to get all those cards out of the top of our deck, though. That's pretty nice. Next turn, we can play the Drustani Discordant. There's a Lyra Dawnbringer. That is something I'm gonna target with the Deputy of Detention right there. This is a bit risky what I'm gonna do, but all I need to do is draw 1 land. And I can combine J-Light Ranger and that. And I think at this stage, I have to try to make this play. The odds are in my favor of like picking up a land here. There we go. A bit risky, but this enables us to play more tempo friendly. Fun Police is here. And now these cannot stop the onslaught of the Wallgrowth Walker. So we go face with it. Call it a turn. We have the Knight of Autumn to... Because his removal relies... Okay. We can just do it again. I can do this all day, bro. We can take that out, and then we can... Is there anything we could play? Let me play the Militia Bugler first, though. Because we're going to play him anyways. Let us take the Knight of Autumn. And again, Fun Police is here. And honestly, I just kind of want to go face with all these. Because this, I want to go face with this. And all these will get blocked, though. These two is fine. I'll gladly trade this with one of these. Again, because white tends to remove things via enchantment. These are pretty reliable answers. And now we got him down to 10. Yeah, see? Oh, okay. Well, I can destroy that. Oh, I can also play this, though. So many options. So I could double Knight of Autumn on him, but there's no reason not to play the Tendish or Dryad here. It's such a power play. We don't need to attack as of right now, and we just get them saplings going on. Because we have the Knight of Autumns, like I said, white resorts to enchantments. So if they want to remove our Deputy of Detentions...
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Vivian is a bit scary, but we have such a board state. Easy! God damn. That was a good game, though. But I'm happy with how I played it. The Deputy of Detention's really putting in the work there and just showcasing off that it's a pretty damn good card. Another card that I slightly underrated. When I reviewed it, I thought it would just die every single time. And it kind of does, but at the same time, it's still pretty good. It's still a pretty damn good card. So let's go for another one, shall we? We're still in the top 300. Or 250 to be precise, and we are gonna see if we can get to that top 200 as we're facing Leon, a Light by Fire. That seems like some sort of like 80s song. Oh my fucking god, what is this? This is not good. This seems good, but is it good? I mean, this hand can secretly be. No, we don't even have like a blue man. I'm gonna mulligan this. This is like too yeah, I probably should have kept that hand, honestly. Hopefully I can draw into, I need to top deck lands, basically. Oh, God, not, don't get massacred, not like this. Like, that last hand was weird, but I probably shouldn't have mulliganed. This is, when I'm going second, I'm more prone to mulliganing. Alright, there's a risk factor you can go for next turn, I guess. Light up the stage. If I don't top deck a land here, we're in trouble. Thank Lord. Unfortunately, we have to play this Wallgrowth Walker here. It's probably gonna get removed. I mean, we don't have to play it right now. Realistically speaking, we don't have to play it right now. No, we do, because then we prevent him from going for risk factor. Like, if he wants to risk factor, then he has to, like... If he goes, like, he only has that risk factor available this turn, so he can play the mountain from there. But if he wants to risk factor, then he cannot kill the Wallgrowth Walker. So I give him a decision to make there, and that way I do deny that play. I'm gonna go ahead and pay the price for this because I need to get some momentum going on here. I'm gonna play a J-Light Ranger. Honestly, I'm gonna keep that because I need to like heal myself, and these two represent 4 health each, which is huge for us. But we are going to play another one of these, because we need to draw into lands. And apply some pressure to them. Why not? We need to start pressuring them. We have the Knights of Autumn. Each will heal us 4, so no matter how much damage our opponent deals here, we'll take the hit. We'll just always take the hit here. There's a shock and there's a Skewer the Critics. Oh, fuck. He goes face with it, though. Which is certainly interesting. Okay, there we go. Again, we should put the clock on him. This gives us 9 health. And with 9 health, we should be fine, right? Because that means he can discard something. Okay, so he could deal 4 damage to us. Plus, yeah, there's nothing... If he draws into another shock, it still would not be lethal. Actually, it would be lethal with this if he draws another shock. It still would be lethal. Because this can turn and hit us both. So I'd rather do it this way. I'd rather attack with you. And play a Knight of Autumn. Gain 4 life. Fuck. Okay. I could play Deputy of Detention, but that still leaves us too vulnerable. We have to do this. If he plays this, it's potentially 5 damage. Okay, he played it from his hand. If we decline this, we go down to 4. And that means a lightning strike kills us. So we have to, yeah, we have to decline this. We have to decline this. Is he gonna score the critics me? Are you serious? Did he top deck like a fucking god? No way. Come on, who's that lucky? Who draws into a mountain and... Okay, we got it. I freaked out for a second. Bant Police! Bant Police is here! Get your mono red bullshit out of here, boy! There we go! 169, more like 200 and something. Leave room for me, baby. Top 200, boys! Ugh, there we go. God, that's satisfying. I'm all for people playing whatever they like, but honestly, fuck mono red. It feels good because it's everywhere. Oh boy, let's go. Let's go. Rickson, what you playing, Rickson? Okay, let's see. This hand could be better, but we have 2 sources of mana, and all we need to do is draw 1 more land, and we can just start curving out into militia bugglers and stuff. I'm gonna keep this, especially because we're going second. We're gonna draw an extra card, and we have to be really unlucky to get mana screwed here with 2 lands in hand. It can happen, but I like the odds. I'm gonna go for it because if I'm mulligan this, I'm not guaranteed something better, and we can see how like that was a very risky mulligan. Like I just had like 4 Land of RLs in my hand, you know, and I don't know, it just felt. It felt like too much. It felt like I would get obliterated by like a Chain Whirler or something, right? So, but then I got super punished. So, you know, shit happens. I need that 3rd mana. As long as we get that 3rd mana, we have 2 turns to draw it. Come on, don't do this to me. Not like this. Not like this. Come on, we gotta believe in the heart of the cards. What the? Ah! Shit. Well, GG. Important. These are important. I guess I'll take this out. I mean, we missed a land drop 1 turn, but if we draw now, it could. I mean, this is still quite devastating, but we could recuperate from this potentially, depending on what our opponent does, obviously. I don't see a world in which Tendershire Dryad does anything, so we're gonna discard it. And yeah, our opponent is like 4. Okay, this is kind of. All right. I kept 2 lands. 2 lands. And I have like 25 of them, so. Well, back to 238. Magic the Gathering, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes it happens, you know, and that's why people have a bit of an issue with best of 1 ladder, because there's just some games in which you get screwed, right? Oh well, that was an interesting match. All right, let's try to end it on a good note though. Let's have the final match, and let's keep this hand. I'm gonna go ahead and pay the 2 life to lead off with the Land of our Elves. Because we don't know if we're facing mono red or not, so I gotta be a bit aggressive here. And apply some pressure as we are going to drop the Wall Growth Walker. And attack with our elf right there. And we're gonna try to like apply mad pressure here as we see a Tithe Taker. Interesting. There's our Sun Petal Grove. I would like to... I'm gonna do this though. Yeah, I'm gonna double Merfolk here. Night of Autumn. I'm gonna get rid of that. Try to search for more key components, and we're gonna try to apply mad pressure here. I could have played Shalai, but I don't really see the point as of now. We obviously have to watch out for the likes of... okay, do we go Deputy Detention? We gotta watch out for Kaya's Wrath is what I'm trying to say. But in a token deck, it doesn't make much sense. He still can't really block the Wall Growth Walker. He can potentially block the Merfolk Branch Walker. I could play Deputy Detention and target the Knight here, which would enable me to go pretty aggressive. Though I could also just play the Shalai here and preserve Deputy Detention for something perhaps more impactful. I'm going to attack with this, and also with this, because I don't really think he wants to... I mean, if he blocks Tithe Taker with that, I'm completely fine with it. Get some damage on him. And we can play Shalai, play our Temple Garden tapped, and now we all have hexproof. And if he has Kaya's Wrath, then he's kind of like hurting himself as well, so... See, that's the kind of stuff. That's the kind of target we want. Right here. We're going to attack with these 3. Because we need to apply as much pressure as possible. We're going to drop this. Tapped. We're going to call it a turn. Deputy of Detention just putting in the work, dude. Gotta get hit. Not gonna block that shit. We all got hexproof. Akaya's Wrath would actually be devastating here. It wouldn't make sense in his deck because he's so aggressive himself, but you never know. He has a bunch of afterlife tricks, so like he could. It actually would be somewhat reasonable to run it, right? Lyra Dawnbringer. Oh shit. We are so close. Yet so far. Another Deputy Detention would be amazing here. We need to proc Shalai this turn, which means that unfortunately, because we have 5 mana, we can't do that and play the Land of our Elf. And if we were to attack with all these, like, we just don't have enough, so we gotta pass. That Lyra stops us on our tracks here. The fact that he played that Blood Crit leads me to believe that he has no other land in hand. That's or it's other shock lands. This is tough. But if he attacks with Lyra, he leaves himself wide open. It's too risky, I think. Oh, not necessarily. We're definitely not going to block that. This is where Prime Speaker Vannifar would be good. Shit. Well, that's a problem. Unfortunately, Knight of Autumn doesn't quite do it for us here. Ah, that may be game. We can't quite pass through this. He's got 14 on board. And he has lethal with this, which means we have to block with Shalai. And the amount of health he gains also means he has vigilance. Yeah, no matter what I draw here for my deck, literally nothing can save me at this point. Another Lyra would be too late. There's nothing that can save me. GG. Well played. That's all I can say. I lost the prior one to a mana screw here. But this one I lost fair and square. He brought it back. I cry every time. I think I played that correctly, honestly. But I needed more Deputy of Detentions. Which is maybe, you know, I still stand behind running 4 Knight of Autumns. The vast majority of the time, she's more useful. But if that was another Deputy of Detention, instead of a Knight of Autumn in my hand, maybe I could have kept fighting there. But that was definitely rough. We're going to keep this hand. We have a turn 1 land of our elves, and we can curve into a lot of stuff. We have all the lands we need. It's pretty good. I know I said that was going to be my last one, but I can't end it on a loss. Come on now. I'm that guy. I'm not going to, you know. That guy does not... They're not in the game on a loss like that, so... I mean, we lost a game because we got completely mana screwed, so legitimately, like, we just lost, like, a fought-out game, like, once. Which is nice, you know. We're going to drop this island right here, and we are going to play the Knight of Autumn. We are going to heal ourselves 4. And make it hard for this mono-red player to get going. Alright, now what we're going to do is we are going to play the Glacial Fortress. And do we play Shalai or do we play Prime Speaker is the question. He needs a Lava Coil to deal with this. So I'm going to go ahead and play Prime Speaker because next turn I can utilize her to proc the Knight of Autumn and search for a 4-drop here. I'm not going to block that because I'm not going to take damage on this and enable him to pick me off with the Lightning Strike. Hopefully he does not have a Lava Coil. Alright. That's pretty rough, but it could be worse. It definitely could be worse. We are going to be playing Shalai, Voice of Plenty. We are going to tap you and sacrifice you. And we are going to search for Riverwise Aggro. And we're obviously going to keep these, so we're going to send these 2 here. And we're going to draw the Sun Petal Grove because it's not a shock land. And we're going to drop this shock land right now. I'm gonna call that a turn. He wants to kill Shalai. We're not gonna let that happen. So we're not gonna block that. We're gonna take the damage, which may seem risky against mono red. But we have the Prime Speaker, and we have another Knight of Autumn, and all we need at this point is nothing. We got it all, baby. 10 out of 10 duration. I know. This is what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to prime. We're going to Deputy of Detention. We're going to fun police the fuck out of him. We're going to take away that electrostatic field. And we have the mana for Knight of Autumn. There we go. Because we have Shalai, Voice of Plenty on the board, we are not vulnerable to Deputy of Detention being targeted. And then we're going to play the Knight of Autumn to gain 4 life. Because fuck this guy. Did I say fuck mono red? Fuck mono red. And then we're going to tap Prime Speaker of Vannifar. And we are going to sacrifice the Riverwise Argor here. And we're going to get, you know who. Lyra Dawnbreaker. And that is all she wrote. We're going to hit him. And we don't even need to get out of here. Out of my sight. And you know, we're not in the top 200 anymore because we had those 2 losses, but I think it was worth it. That is satisfying. At least I showcased off how to dunk on mono red. So if you guys are tired of that deck and running into it on the ladder, you can try this bad boy out, and you can see it works at the very top of the ladder against mono red players. So I'm gonna end the video right here. We've been at it for like 35 minutes. We've had quite a few games. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you want to see more daily MTG content. I fucking love you. Thank you for the constant support on this channel. We've been seeing a lot of very recent growth. Like, I've been gaining a huge amount of subs lately, and it's incredibly humbling. I don't know what to say, man, because my channel was kind of stuck for a bit, and now it's really flourishing. And like I said, it just feels incredibly rewarding because I've been putting a lot of work into these videos, making sure that I bring original new decks and don't play, you know, the standard stuff all the time. And that's what I want to give you guys. I want to give you guys, you know, unique lists that also work competitively, because anybody can build, like, you know, a meme deck, right? But I want my actual meme decks and my original creations to be competitive too, and that's what I aim to do. And I'll stop rambling. Just kind of went on a tangent there. Love ya. Thank you for watching, and I will be back at it tomorrow with more. Leave a like and subscribe. Because reasons. Bye-bye.